my God, work with me here. Okay. All right, looks like this might be working. Let's tell everybody we're live. Stream is starting now. Let's talk about Ultima 7 Revisited and Lord British getting Ultima back. Also, I'm now streaming on YouTube. Twitch.tv/Viridian Games. YouTube.com/Viridian Games. It is Viridian Games, right? Is it Viridian Games or is it Anthony Salter? Is it Viridian Games or is it Anthony Salter? No, it's Viridian Games. I worked hard to try to make that my handle slash unique identifier. All right. Okay, let's tell everybody on Blue Sky if it will let me. Okay, can I change the title? Restream is telling me that it can change all the titles at once. I got no idea. Alright, let's tell the patrons. Stream starting now. Okay, let's tell Discord. Tell the dragons. They don't usually show up, but you know. I've had dragon for 30 flippin' years now. And I keep at them, and hopefully one day they will. Okay. I think I think that's it. Poopy McPooperson. Oh, hey! People are talking. Some people said things. What's the... not Petrie said, "Evening, it's a beautiful day out there today. Hope you're well." Thank you so much. So nice of you. Is stream okay? Can you hear? Can you see? Um, I'm doing things that I've never done before, and that doesn't usually, end well the first time. Why can't I... Okay. Okay. See if I can change these titles manually, because I do not like... There. Okay. All right. All right. I think we're ready. This is bizarre. But yeah, let's do it. Hello! My name is Anthony Salter. Also, it's going to be a dry stream. I can tell already. My name is Anthony Salter, also known as Viridian of ViridianGames.com. And thank you for joining me. We've got so much to talk about. And then we're going to do some Ultima 7 Revisited, live coding, whatever. We've got some pull requests to pull in and test. That's going to be fun. And then I'm going to talk about what Viridian Games is going to be doing next. It's going to involve putting games on Steam, and how I'm going to do that. So, let's start with the elephant in the room. Richard Garriott is getting the copyrights to all of the Ultima games back. Now, for crying out loud. Excuse me. Sit here for hours. Don't have to burp. Go online. Suddenly have to burp. It's just how I am. Okay, so, if you haven't seen it, I've just... Where did it go? I just had it, and then I closed my browser. I swear. What? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm not a professional streamer. I swear. I'm pretending. Where is the post that I made where I was talking about it? Okay, fine. I remember. Oh, happy Father's Day. Oh, thank you so much. We had a bit of a crisis. Some friends of my wife's, their mother is very sick, so she had to go and help them. Which I do not, resent at all. It's just the sort of thing that tis I, the daughter. Oh, Manaclo! Hey, hi, sweetie. Um, so I'm kind of here by myself. We didn't really celebrate Father's Day, but that's okay. We usually don't do anything. I'll, get myself some nice food once this is over, and it'll be fine. Speaking of which, my son, who is autistic, um, it did the cutest thing earlier. Um, he said Happy Father's Day, and then he handed me a container of microwaved instant mac and cheese as a present. it just it just broke my heart because he loves that stuff. So clearly it must be a good present to give to Dad. Did I eat it? Of course I did. It was mac and cheese. Ye old to sim. Oh, the oldest. The oldest. Okay, yes. Yes, I figured it was you. I figured it was you. I told you I was going to stream earlier, and I thought, maybe she'll show up. And it looks like she has. Okay, um, so things have been kind of up in the air. I, um, there's been a lot of stuff that I've done, a lot of stuff that I haven't. Once again, I'm barely prepared for what I'm doing tonight. But that's okay. First things first, let's talk about Richard getting Ultima back. Now, he's not getting the trademark. Um, he's getting the copyright to all of the old games and everything that they contain. This was similar. This is a similar situation to Toys for Bob. Um, if Steam will obey me. Okay. Long time ago, Lord, these two guys, named Paul Wright III and Fred Ford, made a game called Star Control 2. Amazing game. I've played it all the way through. It's super fun. It's sort of a progenitor to things like Mass Effect. Um, but they did not have the rights to the trademark for the phrase Star Control. That belonged to Accolade, the company that they made the game for. So, um, they eventually negotiated getting all the trademarks back, getting all of the copyright back for Star Control 2, but not the trademark. So, in a very similar manner, they re-released the game as Freestars the Urquan Masters, since they can't say Star Control anymore. Now, so this is the situation that Richard is going to be in. He is going to have all of the source code, all of the story, all of the resources of the original Ultimate games, which he will be free to do whatever he wishes with, as long as he does not use the trademark Ultima. Now he said in the interview, that he's going to try to get around this by using a new trademark called Lord British's Ultima, which I think is a great idea, if it works. If that happens, then we could see remakes of the originals. Even we could see slight updates so that they run better under modern operating systems. We could see re-releases of old games, um, and we could see remasters of old games. That's what I meant to say. He's going to have to rename the game. He's going to have to rename. He can't use Ultima, but he's going to try to use Lord British's Ultima as the trademark. Um, I don't know if that's going to work. Uh, if that doesn't work, then he could probably say something like Lord British's Avatar Adventures or something like that. Something that will immediately invoke Ultima to people without having to use the term Ultima. This is an unqualified good thing. I don't see a downside to this. This isn't going to make any of the games inaccessible. You can get them all on GOG. He doesn't get the copyright back until 2027 anyways. Okay, February's jumping ahead, but that's okay. 1 second. Okay. But like Furroy said, there's a process behind all of this, and the process has just begun. He does not get the copyrights back until next year, which means he can't start on anything until next year. When he does start on whatever he's going to do, because he is obviously going to do something, he didn't get these back to do nothing with them. When he does, do something with them, I want to be there. I want to be part of that. It would be yeah, when I think of Lord British, I only think of Ultima. Yeah. He did some other stuff after Ultima. He did Tabula Rasa, which I was in because Win McLaughlin, a friend of mine, was one of the designers. Like be on the development team? Yes, I want to be on the development team. I want Ultima 7 Revisited to be proof to everyone that I am dedicated, that I understand what makes an Ultima, that I've got what it takes. So I will be actively pursuing that once it's something more than news, because right now it's just news. That's it. That would be incredible and deserved. Aww, thank you, sweetie. That's so nice. What if EA decided to do something with Ultima, which I doubt? Will they have to invent a new universe, but we'll be able to call it Ultima? Exactly. Once he's got the copyrights to those, to the old games, they would have to come up with a completely new game, new characters, everything else, if they wanted to make their own Ultima. In a very similar manner, again, this almost perfectly parallels what happened with Star Control. Stardock actually got the Star Control license, but they did not have access to any of the Star Control 2 elements, because those were all owned by Toys for Bob. So what did they do? They made their own completely new, completely different Star Control game. It was a prequel that didn't have any of the races, didn't have any of the storyline from any of the other Star Control games. And it's actually quite a good game. If you like Star Control, it's good. But that is what EA would have to do if they wanted to make an Ultima with that trademark. They would have to make their own completely separate game. Oh my god, something just happened. Where's Twitch? Tell me what happened. Udano7 followed you this minute. Udano7, how do you keep getting unfollowed? So he can't use the name Avatar and the name of the characters? Actually, that's how you get Story of Seasons versus Harvest Moon. That's right. Furroy says, I'm going to ride your coattails in the door. There's There would be nothing wrong with that. Just a sub. I don't know, thought I did. Well, welcome back to the stage of history. I shouldn't say that. Maximilian Dude uses that clip. Welcome back to the stage of history. That's from that game, the fighting game on the Dreamcast. Not Star Control. Uh, Soul Calibur. There, Soul Calibur. All right. So EA can make an Ultima, but they can't use any of the characters, plots, or resources or code from the original games. Lord British can make a new game, but he can't call it an Ultima. Although he, like I said, he may be able to get around that with Lord British's Ultima. If he can't say Lord British's Ultima, he can, as long as it's got Lord British in the title, people are going to know what it is. Does Richard still live near Austin? I'd move there if I had to. No, he does not. He lives in France. France! With his, he finally settled down and got married, and he has kids now, even. Which I thought he was never going to do, good lord. Ultima. Like the Nissan Ultima. Ultima. There we go. Maybe the New York Brownstone is just one of his places. Let's hope he lets us work remote then. Yeah, really. I don't see... Old-timer. That's great. Because we're all old-timers here. I've had people tell me, why is your Discord so chill? Why, aren't people fighting all the time? And I'm like, we're all old. We're all old and mature. This is also why Classic WoW is awesome. Oh my god, that reminds me of something I've been watching. Oh, this is so amazing. Okay, imagine you've played Warcraft 3 professionally forever. Imagine you have been playing that game for as long as that game practically has existed. Oh god, excuse me. Ain't nobody got time for fighting in Discord, that's right. Wudan says, I fermented, not matured. No, god, ain't that the truth. Okay, so imagine that this guy has played Warcraft 3 for a long time and has never touched World of Warcraft. Ever. And then finally, in 2026, he starts playing WoW Classic. And he flipping loves it. I've been so enjoying this guy. Can I get the link here? The link. There we go. I've been so enjoying this guy. Oh, it has to go through Restream. Okay, well, that's fine. He's just been over the moon with World of Warcraft Classic. Because it just reminds me of how much I loved that game when it first came out. And because most of the people who play Classic are older, because they're playing Classic because they played the original and now they want to re-experience that, it means that the community is amazeballs. He's continually saying over and over again, people are helping me out so much. I don't understand this. Nobody's insulting my mother. Why aren't they insulting my mother? Etc. Doing anything other than... I'm going to have to... This window is tiny. Can I... Click the wrong thing and now I've lost it. Why is the... Swear to God. Doing anything other than arguing with a stranger on the internet is better use of your time. The three words no one has ever said in an internet argument is "I was wrong." Okay, that's that's as true as anything has ever been said. Oh, to our YouTube viewers, um, uh, I have one rule about this stream, and it's also a rule in my Discord, and that is we do not discuss politics, sex, religion, or drugs here. We do not discuss those subjects. There are plenty of other places where you can go discuss those subjects if you so desire. Those subjects are too divisive. They break communities apart. I do not want to break a community apart. I want to put a community together over love of retro games. Sally Whitemane, yeah. I went to a Tampa game dev meetup yesterday. I met a dude that is doing a remake of UO. Awesome. Also, Magular is doing research for his Ultima Online video, and he has built his own UO server, which is free and open for anybody to play on. If you guys have a hankering for some Ultima Online. Classic WoW isn't just dad gamers, is not Peachtree. There's a fair share of toxicity. Oh, well, of course. There are a lot of competitive, sweaty people, although I think that's relegated to a few servers now. I think that's what he's saying. To a few servers. It was Whitemane when I was around. I play WoW Classic from time to time with old friends. Good times. It sure is, isn't it? Good lord. Sally Whitemane. Oh, she was so annoying. Going to have to ironically disagree with that sentiment. What, we breaking apart? I got up. No! We're not breaking apart. We're coming together through our love of games. Magilard is great content. I have watched every single one of his videos all the way through, and those videos can be upwards of 3 hours long. They're so well researched, they're so detailed, and he presents the information so well. It's such good stuff. And his reaction to Richard getting the trademarks back was, "No, I thought I was almost done." Love a good video essay. Oh, they're great. And I'm not just saying that because he mentioned Ultima 7 Revisited in the Ultima 7 video, and he's one of my patrons. I'm not mentioning it because of that. He's honestly really, really good. All right. Is there anything else I wanted to mention? Okay. This is stupid, but I really enjoyed it, and you might too. There is a I fell down a little rabbit hole last week. And I meant to mention this last week in last week's stream, but I did not. Okay. I'm gonna bring this video up, and I'm gonna mute it because it's got copyrighted music on it because it's a music video. Is it muted? Mute. Okay, this is music video for Daft Punk's song "Around the World," and I ran across this, and you should watch this video because each of these sets of dancers represents a different element of the song. These guys are the bass. These girls are the high synth. The mummy girls in the middle are percussion. The skeletons at the bottom are the low synth. And then finally, These guys are the vocals. Around the world, around the world, around the world, around the world. Okay, so Anthony, why are you telling us about this, especially since you can't play the audio? Um, because once I realized what the trick was on the video, I was like, oh wow. Um, that reminds me of a video I saw a long time ago for a track from the Chemical Brothers called Star Guitar. I'm also going to have to mute this. But it uses the same trick. Ta, 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 ta. As things go past, they match the rhythm of the music. Until it's da 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 da. Okay. It's been like 10 years since I've heard anyone talk about the Chemical Brothers. Yeah, it's been a while. Okay, so I knew that this video had been directed by Michel Gondry, and I was like, okay, so this is awesome, but it's doing the same thing as Michel Gondry did on Star Guitar. Who directed this? Oh, it was directed by Michel Gondry. He did the same thing on both of these videos, and he used a different, schema for it, but still, if it works, it works. Now, that led me down a Daft Punk rabbit hole, and that is when I started I was listening to Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger, which I'm sure everyone here has heard. And this video came up, and it's animated, and there's blue people in capsules, and bad things are happening to them. And I'm like, what the hell is this video? This video is part of something called what was it? Interstellar 5555. About it's the entire album of Daft Punk's Discovery animated as an anime music video. It's an hour long, and I watched the whole thing, and it's awesome. And you can find it on YouTube, and you should probably watch it too. I loved it. I thought it was the best thing I'd seen in a long time. Okay, aside over. Let's do some work. And we're going to start by going to GitHub. There are some pull requests that we want to pull. We have pull requests both from Wudano7, who I think is here. He should be here. And also from DLBSP. Excuse me. Another iteration of animated things. Okay, this is a failing of mine, and I hope Wudan is here because I would really like to tell him how sorry I am that he did a previous version of this and I did not pull it in. I was working on other stuff, and it's just so rude to just ignore a pull request. I should have at least rejected and said, I don't have time for this right now. Maybe try resubmitting it later. Okay, so let's merge this. This is animations. So, among other things, the surf tiles should now animate. Let's find out. Where's Get Cola? Thank you. Look at all these projects. Look at all these projects. What's going on with all those projects, Anthony? Well, I'll tell you in a little bit. Remote origin master. Why do you want to check out? Why don't I have a pull there? This is what I get for reinstalling Linux. Can we do it from the console? Git pull. You are not currently on a branch. Please specify which branch you want to merge with. I don't like that at all. Well, I don't have anything outstanding, so oof. Let's rename 7 Revisited to backup. Git clone HTTPS www.github.com/IrridianGames/U7 Revisited. Lie. Oh, Sea Lion did it. When you have a project open, Sea Lion will continually update things in the projects folder, so it remade Ultima 7 Revisited after I renamed it. Do it now. Come on. You can do it. I believe in you. You can do it. Come on. Previous one was super overly complicated, honestly. Oh, well, I mean, still, I should have at least looked at it and given you a yes or no answer, for crying out loud. I am a programmer, you know, I'm not really a project lead. And I feel that that's one of the failings that I've been trying to overcome during the course of this project. There's a lot of unwritten rules when it comes to running an open source project on GitHub that I've been falling down on, and now I'm starting to understand them, and now I'm starting to, you know, try to make amends. Okay, Sea Lion. Close this, please. Oh, right. We're going to have to grab all of the Ultima 7 files. See, I need to do this like, I mean, I just watched a fantastic video. Here, let me drop a link to that. For Open Morrowind, 0.51. Here. Definitely watch this. Stop leading so many damn projects then. I don't lead a bunch of projects, I just lead this one. Okay. This is Open Morrowind just gave a new release. Looks amazing. They have fixed a lot of issues with Morrowind. Have you heard of the Fear and Hunger games? I've heard of the Hunger games, but not the Fear games. Um, but one of the things that they have done with Open Morrowind 0.51 is that you can install it and then it will find your Morrowind installation, whether you've got the GOG version or the Steam version. I need to do that here with Ultima 7 Revisited. Solve a lot of problems. Alright, 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 alright. Get these in order. Paste 41 items. Yes, you may overwrite. I'll allow it. Okay, Sea Lion. Come on back. Let's do a... No, I don't want to build Ghost. Oh dear, I may have just messed up. Tools. Where is CMake lists? There it is. There, okay. Great horrific games that people love making video essays about on Steam, games about the nature of man, and ascending to godhood and JRPG things. Okay, that's interesting. The Fear and Hunger games. Okay. Alright, release. Build. Okay, clean build. Oh, oh, oh! Also, roofs! Look at them! Look at them! Wudan fixed them up, and I pulled them earlier. I wanted to make sure that they worked so that we could, all take a gander at them. Sandbox mode. I need to turn eggs off for crying out loud. But yes, we have real three-dimensional roofs now. Oh my god, look at them. They're so nice. They're so nice. Thank you, Wudan. Thank you. All right, now let's move over to the surf. Oh, fun, says Feroy. Let's move over to the surf, see if it's animating. See if it's animating. It's animating! Oh my god, this is amazing! Oh, there's a little shift in the thing. That's probably a sprite slicing thing. But you know, it's got a little bug that needs fixing. Big effing deal. Let's see. Was there anything else, Wudan? Like if I come up here, will the... Oh. Okay. Okay, so the roof's intrinsic work, but roofs elsewhere might not be correct. Well, again, we'll fix it. I was hoping that the bubbles might be bubbling. Oh yeah, that is a shape table that has a GLB load. Yeah, that is actually the sprite. We can find a solve for it. It's really starting to look how I remember. I made my daughter play Ultima 7 a long time ago, so she knows. Any other animated sprites working, Wudan? How about the bubbles? Bubbles in the swamp? Anything else? Just the surf? I mean, not to just rivers and ocean. Okay. I ain't looking to give rivers too. Really? Oh! Oh, how nice! Udan says, I was just looking at the bubbles. I guess the tributaries? Yeah, I get it. These also should have animation, but, you know, one thing at a time. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for starting on this and actually creating a baseline that we can use to start, you know, doing it everywhere. And the performance isn't terrible. It's about 35 FPS. I think we're going to need. This is something I've been thinking about doing for a while. Okay, walk in here. Oh, crud. Oh, a cat hatched. Where's the cat? Right. I'm not in demo mode. Let's quit and come back into demo mode. Oh, hang on. That's because I wasn't in demo mode. All right. Yes. Yes, Finnegan. Okay, there we go. There we go. Okay. Now, here's the problem. The problem is, as you can see, when I walk into here, this roof disappears too. Oh, it's not supposed to. It's not supposed to. There. So nice having an option screen that works. Um, when this roof disappears, this roof also disappears. This was in the original Ultima, but I hate it. I hate it with a passion, which means that what we need is a chunk level database of what roofs go on which buildings, which not only will allow us to fix this, but it will also allow us to do a better job of putting the correct roofs on the correct windows, on the correct buildings, on the windows. I get windows from, good grief. Name job buy, says Katie Olo. Name Anthony Salter. Job none right now. No, I'm still plugging. I tested out something with visibility similar to that, but the Lewis scripts took forever. Could revisit it. Ooh, what's over there? Okay, there we go. I love that we have sound effects now. Oh, is that what the? Do we not have that? Oh, I guess we don't have that speech sound. Yes, that is the proper direction to travel, Avatar. We got horses and alligators and deer and snakes all hatching all over the place. See, this is the other thing, because this green grass should not show a roof, but some of these. Yola needs to pick up the pace. Some of these brown uh, 8x8 tiles are flagged as um, indoor, despite the fact that they're used both indoors and outdoors. And this is something else that a chunk database of roof tile information would fix. And you can see that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. We got to fix it. Some of the dirt is used as cavern floor. Yeah, we can fix that with the same thing. What are those poking through the roof there? Oh, they're these bottles of, what are they? Flour? I love the use of color in this game. Oh, isn't it amazing? Oh, isn't it so different from modern drab games that try to look realistic or something, and just I mean, there are so many great games released for the Xbox 360, but they were all brown. Brown. Reality is brown. There is no other color in reality but brown. I'm so glad that's over. But we have not yet come back to the vibrancy of the old VGA palette, and that's something I'm going to talk about here in a minute. Okay, so really happy with the roofs so far. Really happy with the animated uh, uh, beach tiles. So now let's look at what DLB was doing. Oh, hey, there's someone here. Oh, it's oh, his script is broke. Correct. All right, fine. Not Viva Pinata. Yeah, I know. Viva Pinata was colorful, but that was Rare. Rare knew how to use color. Good grief. Excuse me. All right, let's see what we're doing. Where'd my everything go? Oh, there it is. Now we've got another pull request here, and I still have 13 of these open that I need to either accept or reject for whatever reason. There's Tibbin's original attempt to do Mac OS. We finally got that in. Polarity Gamer says, I never played this game, but it looks so good. Thank you. We've spent a lot of time making sure that it looks as much like the original as possible, while also making it rotatable 3D. It's an old RPG, a very, very important one for gaming history. Practically every RPG nowadays owes a whole lot of stuff to Ultima 7. And in fact, oh, what's his name? The lead designer at Larian, who made Baldur's Gate, Baldur's Gate 3, said that Ultima 7 was his inspiration. Okay, fixes to first person view and some other fixes by DLBSP. First person when exiting should be at the correct position in FOV. Fix the mouse pointer enabling when doing a camera drag. Stop party from pathfinding when right mouse double click. Let them rely on maybe update party following. Fix 2 incorrect is position walkable. Okay. Oh, that's a lot of conflicts. Dang it. What are all these conflicts? Okay, that doesn't have anything to do with the changes he was making. DLB, if you're here, I'm gonna have to ask that you get latest, and remake your changes based on the latest build, because you were clearly back when you did your pull request and then submit another pull request. I'm sorry about that, but You know, I don't have time to go through and clean this up for you. And it won't take long for you to do it. You know, just get latest, see what's different, fix any issues, and then resubmit the pull request. I'm gonna say no to this pull request. I've never said no to a pull request. Please get latest. Reintegrate your changes. And submit again. Thanks. Oi. I feel like an ass doing that, but geez. Okay. Let's go ahead and do some work on our own. Of our own. On our own. Okay, oh lord. Sorry about that. Let's take a look at some stuff and junk and stuff that that we might want to. Let's see. Now that we've got, look at that line. Look at that line. Look at that line. I love that line. Yes, this needs to be faster, but look at that line. I want to marry that line. Games should not be able to ship. It should not be. You should not be allowed to ship your game if it doesn't have a line like that. Okay, so we've got Mr. Pirate here who can attack us. Okay, so let's see. We can go into combat mode, but again, combat mode doesn't allow any control, and it doesn't even stop the pirate from attacking us. So let's take a look at combat mode and see if we can make some improvements. All right, the first thing we want to do is use the spacebar to pause and unpause whatever's happening. All right, right now the only key we're processing is escape. Ugh, Lord. Ugh. Let's add is key pressed space. We're doing this in conversation state. Combat state's a push state, right? Yeah, it's pushed. Main state. Okay, yeah, it's pushed. Is combat state doing the... Yeah, it's doing an update loop because... Alright, let's just add a impaused bool here. Bool impaused. It's true. We will enter combat state paused. Key space. Paused. Not impaused. There we go. So, if paused. Okay. Alright, we're gonna walk here. Oh, there's the guy. Press C, now we're in the combat state. And now we can, okay, we still can't we still can't move. But at least we can pause and unpause the state. Okay. So in participants is everybody in the party, and then any monsters or NPCs around. Be nice if we had some animations so that we could, you know, show the attacks. And also we need for the pathfinding to not walk directly into us. So let's see. I'd have to do that in U7 object. What did I just do? Okay. There we go. All right, basically we need to replicate this behavior for YOLO. Because, again, by default, you only control the avatar. Everybody else goes off and does stuff on their own. Now you can give them orders about how they need to do their stuff. But basically everybody just runs at each other and wails on each other until one side or the other dies. is in party. There we go. NPC update. There we go. We might want a separate update party member function, but we will if is in party and is there a global? We don't have a global flag for. Are we in combat mode? Do we? Should create one. Create one. Okay, 7 globals. Son of a gun, Anthony, stop accidentally hitting key commands that you did not mean to hit. Combat mode. Combat state. That's it. Okay, fine. Need to come back in here and remove all of these externs. C++17 finally allows you to declare functions and variables inside at global scope in a header, which previously it wouldn't allow you to do. Inline bool is combat mode equals false. There, okay. Let us say M combat mode. She is combat mode. Did I misspell that? Of course I did. It's a G because it's a global. There. Okay, so we set that to true on enter, and we set it to false on exit. All right, now come back to U7 object, and if is in party and G is combat mode, then we need to find a target to attack. I could have sworn we already had a... Oh no. 7 object.h, here we go. One second. No, I guess not. Fine. Let's add one. Int M target. Who we are currently pissed at. There. M target equals 0. Try to find a nearby target. How are we gonna do that? How are we gonna do that? Okay, I just did a thing where I checked all of the surrounding chunks for something. Hopefully I can remember where I did that. Nope, one here. Okay, well, it's easy for the monsters to find a target because they're all coming straight for the avatar. One moment, let me see if I can find this. Guess not. Wasn't it? Yeah, it was eggs. It was eggs. That's where I was doing it. Son of a gun. Fine. Let's just brute force it for now. Here we go. I don't want the whole object list. Why isn't that working? Oh, C++, you giveth and then you taketh away. Okay, 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 okay. It's all about giving C++ what it wants. It's all about the idioms. It's all about the idioms, baby. There we go. GTR. What? There we go. Not the avatar, this object. The avatar isn't the center of the universe. There we go. If dist square is less than, say, 20 cells, then M target equals ID. There we go. Now, YOLO will find a target. Okay. Is what did I just do? What is wrong with me tonight? Good Lord. The thing I try to cut and paste is wrong. Use 7 object pointer target equals G unit list target. Okay, I've written this code so many times. What am I doing wrong? But object list and not unit list? Oh, yeah, it is. Okay. Okay, why are you complaining? Oh. Not yet. Again. Syntactic sugar. if we are close enough to target. No, 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 no. And the AI is not helping me tonight, I swear. Target MHP minus equals 1. There we go. Oh, hey, hey, what's up? All right. Yes, I did. Mm-hmm. All right. Guest starring my son David. He's the one who brought me the mac and cheese earlier. Ooh, cool, special guest. That is correct. I would kill for some mac and cheese right now. What kind of mac and cheese do you like? Not Peachtree. I am not gonna lie. Kraft is still, you know, maybe not the king, but I'll eat that any day of the week. Alright, if we are close enough to attack, then attack. Else, I just make it, but I'll eat anything presented to me. At least anything I've had to date. Maybe there's something out there that isn't good. If there is, I haven't had it. It's so hard to mess up mac and cheese. It really is. Best target and pause. Okay, let's... Alright, this should cause Yolo and the pirate to fight each other. Let's find out. Let's find out if it will. Okay, update movement. This is gonna be bizarre. Okay. Sandbox mode. Link to target. Poop. Sweet, sweet channel points. I still don't have anything for you guys to do with those. Okay, here he comes. Combat mode. YOLO, get him! Get him, YOLO! Get him! Why aren't you getting him, YOLO? I'm in release. Can't debug in release. That's why it's called release. Okay, it's unpaused. Why? Oh. Okay, in combat state, we are only running. See, we should be doing... Alright. The whole participants thing should only update anybody involved in the combat. But it does not appear to be doing that correctly. Let's see if we can figure out why. Alright, we will move those for now. In participants. Link 3, capacity 4. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 8, 4. Okay. We have NPC 0, that is the avatar. NPC 1, That is YOLO. And NPC 238047, presumably, that's the pirate. Ah, it skipped YOLO. Something just happened. What just happened? I gotta turn that down. It gives me a heart attack every time I hear that. Not Peachtree! Not Peachtree resubscribed for 6 months at tier 1. They've been subscribed for 10 damn months. Thank you. Thank you, Not Peachtree. I don't know why it says that I've subscribed. I was already subscribed. Sorry if that blew your eardrums out. Yeah, I'm the one who needs to fix that, so that's okay. Oh, dang. Oh, good lord. Okay. Object. Unit type. This is a unit type of static. How can it have a unit type of static? Okay, the PID is 0. Okay. Alright. Oh my god, work with me. This is also unit type static. No. Okay. What did I do wrong here? What did I do wrong? party member IDs. Okay, okay, okay. You see. That's what I did wrong. Thanks for nothing. Object ID. Okay, there we go. Need to push back the object IDs, not the NPC IDs. Okay. Okay, in participants. Okay, those are object IDs now. And now they're getting updated. Uh-oh. Sigabort. Oh, this is from Gemfire. I always say that. But it's Gemfire. I love the music of Gemfire. It's an interesting game. Okay. It looks like Yellow is trying desperately to get where he's going. Why am I not getting any breakpoints here? In debug mode. Swear. Oh, Anthony. Anthony Salter. Anthony Salter. Anthony uninitialized variable Salter. Good lord, the source file's getting way too big. Not Peachtree reached a 30 stream streak 16 minutes ago. Not Peachtree. Thank you for sticking with me this long. Thank you so much. Okay, that looks like a valid ID. I think from the first stream, actually. I think that's entirely possible. Okay, yellow is supposed to be attacking this guy. Okay, good. There. Son of a gun! Yellow's attack range is uninitialized. Poopy McPooperson. See, the attack range is supposed to come from the weapon. But just to get this working, two squared is 4. Let's give it a default of 3. Well, I've got 5 viewers on YouTube. That's awesome. Okay, I just want to see YOLO attack the pirate. Come on, YOLO. YOLO attacks pirate for one. YOLO attacks pirate for one. Okay, that's good stuff. And by good stuff, I mean terrible stuff. But it's better than what I had, which was nothing. Okay, I took the breakpoints out, so let's watch this. Let's watch this go. YOLO is only engaging the pirate once the pirate gets into his attack range. He should be moving towards the... this is going to take some unwinding. But I'm still pretty dang happy. What's 20 squared? Oh, it's not very big at all. Let's see. So, give him something like 100. So he'll have a range of 10. Ha! Yeah. Okay. When an enemy encounters an enemy, we need to do a zone of control kind of thing. Where once you're engaged, you can't just walk away. Look what's happening right on the dot. Anthony's getting tired. Okay, but I think this is great progress. We got roofs in. We've got some extremely basic combat in. Pirate is dead, but he's still attacking. All right, that'll be the next thing. Because now he's a shambling zombie, but he's still attacking. Okay. All right. Let's see. I've got just a few more minutes. Let's talk about the future. And the future is I need another source of income since game development is going through the mother of all transition periods. Last week, so many new games were announced. It seemed like gaming was back. I was, full of hope that with all these new projects, people were going to need people, and it presaged, me getting a new job. And this week, what happened? A bloodbath, multiple bloodbaths. multiple baths of blood all over. Um, and while these will probably result in good stuff in the future, it does dump a whole bunch of very talented people into a market that was already into a job search market that was already um, saturated with a bunch of people looking for jobs. So here is the plan. While I continue to work for a job, I have a whole bunch of projects. Excuse me. That I've been working on for years. Um, and um, since I have a Twitter Premium subscription, because I feel like I need that in order to get the word out about what I'm doing, I have access to Grok Build. And Grok Build has been kind of incredible, to be perfectly honest. And so, um, I took all of my previous unfinished projects, Planitia, Little Wars, Inaria, uh, and at least one more. What was it? Can't remember. Oh, it was Red versus Blue, but I haven't pulled that one over yet. And basically, I'm going to use Grok Build to help me quickly finish these up and get them on Steam. They're not going to be big. They're not going to be, huge hits, but they will be something that might bring in some revenue while I'm looking for an actual job. Inaria is... I can show you all of these. Not Pichu says, that's awesome. It does make me nervous because that means I'm going to be talking more about stuff that isn't Ultima. If you're coming here just for Ultima 7 Revisited news, there always will be progress on Ultima 7 Revisited. But you may not want to hear about these other things that I've been doing. And that's unfortunate, but this is stuff I need to do. Alright, this is Inaria. Okay, one thing I'm going to do is create all of my games with a similar... Anthony, what's your Patreon? Can't find a link on YouTube. You can't find a link on YouTube? Alright, fine. It is... I will drop links. Here come the links. There's the Patreon. Here's the copy. If y'all want to help me out, I would be exceptionally grateful. But here's what I'm gonna. But here's my. No, thank you, Polarity Gamer. Polarity Gamer. Metal Gear. Okay, so this is a RPG that I wrote a long time ago. I funded it on a crowdfunding site that doesn't even exist anymore. It was called 8-Bit Funding. I had a lot of fun making it. It's nothing significant, but it's something, you know? It's a complete game. Now you may ask, why does it look like such ass, Anthony? And the answer is because one of the things I'm going to do with all of the games I put on Steam is make them look as much like old DOS games as possible. The phrase I'm going to use in all my marketing is DOS-alike. I'm going to only use the original DOS VGA palette, which means I'm going to have to, you know, redo a bunch of these graphics. Um, and I'm going to use this virtual resolution, which is a lot closer to the original DOS resolution than what I was doing with Ultima 7 Revisited. uh, and the problem with that is that Inaria was originally written for 640 by 480, and now I'm having to scale it down to 480 by 270, which is the resolution that I've standardized on. But like I said, I've got a bunch of mostly finished projects that if I can get them over the finish line using Grok build, I can get something on Steam, and I can start telling people, if you want to support me, buy my game on Steam, instead of telling people, if you want to support me, give me free money, because that always makes me feel weird. Even though it shouldn't. I'm from Georgia. I'm from the South. We 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 have a really guilt driven um culture down there. Okay, so let's go over these real quick. The second project is called Little Wars, and this is not something that I had in progress. This is something that I completely built from scratch using Grok build this week, and the amount of progress I've been able to make has been stupendous. Little Wars is based on a bunch of old DOS uh, strategy RPGs. The most uh, Castle Siege and Conquest being the most direct inspiration. But I'm also drawing inspiration from Lords of the Realm. Did I talk about this last week? I can't even remember. Not three. I don't want three. I don't want two. I want one. Where's Lords of the Realm 1? There we go. Again, you know, it's got that nice aesthetic, like my daughter was talking about. Oh, Frohike4770 says, U7, especially Part 2, has a very special place for me. Thank you for all your work on this fantastic project. It looks great. Can't wait to play. Thank you so much. I am really looking forward to doing Serpent Isle once we get all the bones of the engine in place. It should not take nearly as long to get Serpent Isle working. Oh my God. Listen to me. But I have been working on this for 3 years now. And I don't think once the engine is up and running and Blackgate is fully functional, I don't think it'll take as long to get Serpent Isle fully functional. And I know a lot of people are looking forward to that, and I am too. Okay, so these are the games that I was using as my inspiration. So I went and talked to Grok Build and told it, let's do some stuff. And in just a couple of days, I have a system that will generate maps of conquest for you to take over. Each region has a resource that it produces. Uh, the owners of resources, the owner of regions, it's drawn in their color. Um, you can click on a county to get county information. basically what's going to happen is that um, you will set up things to do here, and then time is just going to advance like it does in the original XCOM. As things happen, time will pause, and then you can decide what to do. That way, you're not constantly hitting end turn over and over again when you have nothing to do. When you've got a whole bunch of stuff building and a whole bunch of units training, but you don't have anything that you're supposed to be doing right this second. Um, so, when you build up your units, you'll also be able to build castles. Um, and when you do your combat, it will be, oh dear, there. It'll be on a generated 3D map. You'll have your little guys. They'll run around in real time. Um, they will be grouped, and you will control them using flags like uh, Warhammer Dark Omen or Total War. I don't expect. I want the battles to feel, you know, like you have tactical options, but I don't want the battles to feel long. Um, I think I did talk about this last week, because I think I said this last week, and I'm going to say it again. Nowadays, sitting down and playing Crusader Kings 3, or Europa Universalis, or Hearts of Iron feels like getting married. It feels like it feels like a job. It feels like a commitment that I don't have the brain or the time to make, which is why I'm calling it Little Wars. I want this to be something that you can play to completion in about 2 hours. Unless you want uh, even bigger maps and deliberately want a longer campaign, that's fine. Um, but again, uh, I gave Grok build an empty project, an empty Geist project, and I told it, I need these states. I need, I need a height field textured. I need these little guys. They're from Powermonger. I'll have to replace them, obviously, because these are copyrighted sprites. Um, and it did not take very long to get all of this stuff up and running. I would be willing to bet that I will be able to playtest this game before the end of next week. I could put it into early access on Steam, and get feedback from people who like games like this. Um, it would be great if GamerZack um, played it, because I really respect him. Uh, and that is what's going on. What's going on is I will continue to look for a job, but I am a game developer, you know, and so I'm going to develop games in the meantime. And no one can stop me. No, really, you can't stop me. I'll find a way to do it no matter what you do. So that's the plan, in as much as it is. And with that, I think it's time for me to go get my dinner. Um, for my first multi-stream, I think it went pretty well. I still have 6 viewers on YouTube and 10 on Twitch. I think that's great. I'm going to continue to multi-stream just to get more, um, get the word of the project out there. Ultima 7 Revisited is something that I haven't seen a lot of people pick up on YouTube. Pretty much the only videos about it on YouTube are videos that I've done, or videos that um, some of the people on my Discord have done. Not that I don't love that, but I would like to go ahead and get it raise its profile to the point where people are going, oh, okay, yeah, this looks good. Um, ooh, Final Fantasy 6. So I will continue to stream. I will continue to multi-stream. Um, I'll see you guys next week with more updates on everything. Maybe I'll even have a job by then. That'd be nice. And uh, love you all. Thank you for tuning in. Everything is going to be okay.